As women, we lead every day, quietly, boldly, with uncertainty, with swagger, and sometimes everything all at once. Asking for what we want and navigating the path to get there can be both daunting and rewarding. But leading, well, it starts with speaking up.
Be seen, be heard, unapologetically ask for what you want.
And when it comes to communication and getting your point across, I'd like to suggest that we as women can have our own principles as we think about being heard. And that really means stay calm, even when your emotions want to poke somebody in the eye because they are talking over you. Be confident and be clear.
You can almost guarantee that the other person or people in the room are not hanging on your every word. They're not marking you for context and grammar. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about what else they have going on in their lives, and the stakes are really just not that high. So again, just take a breath, take a leap, make your way through it.
That person that you think is concisely and articulately presenting and taking Q&A from everywhere and just smiling and making it look easy, it's easy because they've really prepared. And
don't be afraid of silence. Don't be afraid of that pause. To create a window to clear the runway so that all the noise, chatter, and distraction can stop, and you can insert yourself confidently into the conversation. What we have to say and the ideas we want to convey, they are important, they matter, they need to be heard. And even if the people in the room are busy, rushing, and not necessarily on the same page, you can, with a commanding voice, not a whisper, not a shy, apologetic, oh wait, I just want to get one more thing in the conversation, but in a confident, commanding, clear way, make your point, be heard, and don't be afraid to let a little bit of silence guide you to a place where people can actually hear you.
Even the quietest voice has conviction and the will to be heard. It's all of our jobs to make space so that they are. Employers and leaders play an important role in creating conditions for women to excel. From creating safe environments for all employees to thrive, through to providing the flexibility to navigate the full range of accountabilities on our plates.
If you really want to have a more authentic leadership, take the time to understand. But really, that's all that it boils down to. Understand where a person's coming from.
Make it easy for your teams to make choices so they don't have to feel guilty. I think the largest struggle is feeling guilty about leaving work to go to a child event or because a child is sick. That's the last thing you need because you're already feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so much I have to do now. I have to go deal with this. You don't need somebody chirping in your ear about, well, we got to get this done.
It often feels like the brink of insanity, honestly.
Don't hang your jacket on the back of your chair because you think it looks good that you're in the office when in fact you're picking up your child at a soccer game. Be proud in your work and rely on the results of your work and set your own boundaries.
What does vulnerability allow you to do? It allows you to take risks. It allows you to be wrong. It allows you to be okay with being wrong and then to try again. Authenticity, empathy, vulnerability, that's all part of your professional profile. It should be in your resume somewhere.
And as women progress, we often face a familiar set of biases along with a new set of challenges. It's a bit of a fallacy to think that the higher we progress, that bias and microaggressions simply don't exist. Or maybe we're unique and we navigate them better. Every one of us is learning new ways to adapt and excel every day.
It's a topic that's hard to talk about. So if any of you could feel my heart right now, the moment you used the word microaggression, then turned it to me, I started to have little palpitations because it's real and all of us deal with it. And it frankly, it really sucks.
And it can actually be increasingly lonely. As you move into more senior roles, there's sometimes less people you can talk to about the challenges that you have.
For many of us, we struggle to be heard as women, and there's this constant balance that we are navigating to have our point heard while not being pushy, being straight up at the same time polite, and to speak up but not be spoken over. And it really feels like a dance, like we're trying to navigate this fine line to get our point across.
I think we have to name these things. We have to call them out. We have to not be afraid in the moment to say, like, wait a minute, where are you trying to go with that question? Or wait a minute, that actually wasn't okay. So that together as a group, we can learn.
It's false to think that you get to a certain point and then suddenly the sky opens up and none of these things exist. I think there's the reality that some of them are kind of culturally just in the fiber, and that to disrupt the culture, it takes calling out, it takes bystanders assisting, it takes like a community of others to go, you know what, we're better than that. You're better than that. I deserve more than that. We are better than that, the royal we, and not let that persist.
While you may want the world to shift, it's not going to shift tomorrow. So what you need to do is adapt yourself and be able to demonstrate these kinds of behaviors in different settings with different audiences that you're part of.
Never ever transfer your power to the person that's doing the microaggression. The moment that I allowed that person to see how upset I was, or to make me, get all flustered, or to turn me off of my game, I had transferred that power.
I'll be blunt. Diversity, equity, and inclusion have been common buzzwords for a number of years in corporate North America. And while we're picking up momentum, I'd say that the execution, the results, and the pace of change are still a little slow moving. Our employees and our leaders should represent the clients that we serve, the communities that we work and live. And simply put, it is actually good business.
Why supporting women is important to me. So I'd say it's like a personal kind of lifelong goal for me to contribute to a more equitable world, right? And promoting gender equality is part of that.
That our best chance of winning is winning together.
What I ultimately want is a more equitable world for women and girls, bankers included.
The will to lead and continue leading in the face of adversity as women is sometimes as simple as being offered a hand. An opener, a string between sisters, or straight up support and endorsement. Advocacy matters. Among women, between men and women, it matters for all of us to excel.
You need to have women that are fighting in terms of issues in our society, but also working to support, coach, mentor, and just energize other women in the workplace.
Be that leader who stands up and says, yes, she can. Let's hear what she has to say. Invite the tough questions and champion equality in every room that you are in.
So trying in the moment to create some allyship for the person in the room, to sort of give a little bit more support for them.
Appreciate differences. Honor the diverse voice. Create the conditions in your life where the women around you can excel.
When women thrive in the C-suite, they shatter stereotypes and inspire a generation of future leaders to aim high.
To me, it's looking at all of these amazing females and thinking about how did they figure out that they could do that? And what courage did it take, and what did they actually do? And then you put all of those little pieces together and you get a pretty phenomenal model to work towards.
There is no force equal to a woman determined to rise.
The shared lessons from generations past and from woman to woman pave the way for leaders who follow us, all while making the experience of that leader in the moment that much better. What will you do to help women excel? How can you share your knowledge to enhance the experience for those who follow in our footsteps? Open up your vault. There are lessons in there that will change the direction of a girl or woman around you for the better. There is no place for us to go but up.